Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel. I need to remind you of this because I sense this is something many just don't realize. Once you are delivered from the spirit of violence, it's then that the ugliness of people are revealed openly. Because it's then that they cannot escape nor relieve themselves from that ugliness anymore. Why? Because there are repercussions, because it bounces back onto them. They have to face their own ugliness day and night. So every investment against you, whether just in will or in real actions of theirs in the past, will all come back to haunt them. And anytime they see you, all of that is triggered inside of them. So there are repercussions when people will against you, when you walk by faith. Because it's only when you walk by faith that you can be free from the spirit of violence. If you're not walking by faith, you can be relieved from the spirit of violence, but that means that the spirit is not that active. That means that other people are just relaxed. They're just not actively acting out that negative wills of theirs. But when you are delivered from the spirit of violence, let me tell you, a lot of, let me say, not bad circumstances, but a lot of inconsistent circumstances will appear. I've mentioned this before. It can be that you arrive in a place and some people suddenly begin to stare at you. You don't even know those people. Those people never even heard of you. They didn't even knew you existed. But why are they looking weird at you? Why are they so frightened of you? It is because the spirit of violence that has a hold of those people is afraid of you. And those people, they sense a fright towards you, but they can't explain what it is. It is because they operate under violence. And because you trampled upon violence, violence is now frightened of you. And because violence is frightened of you, and they are in agreement with violence, they are frightened of you. Because that means that they can't will whatever they will towards you. If the moment would arrive, they are fed up with you, they are in trouble. They are obliged to walk responsibly towards you. So that means that they are obliged to go against that will of theirs that they don't want. So even though people just saw you, they sense all of this. So sometimes strangers may begin to act weird against you and you think, what the heck is going on here? Now you understand what it is. Or it can be that, let's say that someone used to call you often, you chatted a lot. Suddenly that individual doesn't call you anymore, bang, just like that. And you try to call him or her and they just don't answer the phone. And you ask yourself, what's going on? That individual behind your back was talking bad about you with other people. But lately, he or she and those other people faced consequences in their private homes, in their private relationships. Private doesn't really exist, but you get what I'm saying here. And they realized it had to do with how they were treating you. So somehow they realized there is some power putting them in place anytime they go out of line concerning you. And they can't see this power, but they know it has to do with you. So now they've become terrified. Because now they have to face what they've done. And that's going to be embarrassing. Now they have to face consequences also. And anytime they see you, that's triggered again. So they just avoid you completely. What has happened? The spirit of violence has left. But those in agreement with violence towards you, well, it's not good news onto them. But that's their problem because they shouldn't be in agreement with violence anyway. I'm just telling you this so that you will remember this when weird things happen. The world around you overall is in agreement with violence. There are some unsaved people in the world that see through violence completely. But they don't have deliverance. So, well, they just put up with stuff. But there are some people in the world that, with the world I mean those are unsaved. There are some people among the unsaved that see through violence. Most unsaved people just agree with violence. Even if they're not aware they've agreed with violence, they are in agreement with violence. But it's when they encounter someone who has been delivered from violence that they will realize that they're wrong. And many don't want to face they are wrong, because they're so used to getting relief, and they're so into that relief, and to face that they are in agreement with violence means they need to give up whatever relief they are chasing. That means now they have to, that means now they have to deal with stuff, work through stuff. They don't want all of that. They just want the easy way out, so-called easy way out. So I'm recording this to remind you, as I mentioned before during this recording, once you are delivered from the spirit of violence, expect weird circumstances. But don't be distracted by those weird circumstances. You are delivered. I'm telling you, expect weird circumstances once you have been delivered from the spirit of violence. Because it's then that you will see the grip that violence has on the human population. Many relationships out there are only kept alive, they're only kept in existence through violence. Either someone is afraid to lose something, or someone doesn't want to have an alternative that's far worse, so now they are there. A lot of folks claim that they have their own lives, their own will, it's their body and all of that. All those so-called liberal cliches, they are clinging onto them, but when you look at practice, they are submitted to violence. They're just kidding themselves that they are choosing their own lives and all of that. I'm telling you, when you are delivered from the spirit of violence, it's then that you are enabled to walk in real freedom. It's then that financial doors will open for you. It's then that social doors will open for you. It's then that you can expand. It's then that poverty has no grip on you, because poverty is a form of violence. Yes, it is. Poverty is a form of violence, because poverty can only be sustained if the community enacts it. Even if someone has a poverty mindset, it still takes the community to enact and enable that mindset to keep such an individual in poverty. So poverty is a form of violence, and many are fighting against poverty. Also personally, I'm not talking about collectively, but personally they fight against poverty. How? They want to work hard, they want to take extra jobs, or they go to the occult, they try the secret, or they pay tithes at the church, and all of that. But here's the thing, they are not delivered from the spirit of violence. They're not even aware that violence is a paranormal stronghold. And they don't realize that poverty is an outworking of violence. So they keep trying on their own strength or in their own understanding to get rid of poverty. They don't realize it's an outworking of violence, that they need to be delivered from violence. Now let me tell you, when you have been delivered from the spirit of violence, violence will try its best to keep a hold on you. So you will have all kinds of people become upset with you out of the blue. A lot of contention rising. It's to keep some hold on you. It will fail. But those entities will try it. Just keep on going. Just understand that poverty, and I'm talking about the individual level now. The collective level is more complex. So for you as an individual, I address an individual. Poverty is an outworking of violence. So stop blaming yourself for everything. Look, poverty isn't just not having money. It can be that you have money, but you're still stuck. You have a job that pays well, but all the money goes to your rent and to some relief-seeking activity in the weekend, and that's it. So even though you receive a lot of money, you're not living abundantly. So poverty is more than just not having money. I'm telling you, deal with the root of stuff. Expect retaliation, but you also expect that you overrule and you overcome. I create Christ. Be at peace.